Unfortunately, every once in a while you'll run into somebody that they will, they only play if they're allowed to win, and that's what this person is like. So yeah, Mulligan. This seems good because I have the Bobble Scry hand. Like, between the Bobble Scry and the Stirrings, I'm thinking I can dig to a lock or a bridge. And I put a Dark Slick Shores on the bottom. And of course, I know immediately what my opponent's on. Pop Bubble, look at my top card. It sucks. It's a Glimmer Void, yet another land. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth land I put on the bottom. I untap, draw 2 cards, 6th land. Let's go ahead and get rid of that Burning Inquiry so that I can try to Stirrings for a bridge. And Stirrings, and the cards that were there were a Whir, an Opal, a Brutality, and Thoughtseize. So my only choice was Opal. So I get another mana source. It's not even a mana source though. Yep. Take my damage. Actually, I have to take 4. And then I draw another land. This is so bad. Draw Bobble, so that's something good. I can now try to Bobble Scry again into a bridge. And that puts me down to 2. Look at my top. And it's a bridge. Unfortunately, I'm at 2. My opponent has a bolt in hand, and I know about the bolt. So that's game. So game 2. Hopefully it went a little bit better, which it did. And I do keep, because I have a Whir, bridge, and I have actually a good Opal hand. It's pretty good. So I'm going to have a turn 2 bridge. I was really worried that they had Burning Inquiry, but I go ahead and bobble myself to dig deeper, and I draw another bobble anyways, so go ahead and go for the bridge before they can Inquiry it out of my hand. I want to draw during their upkeep, so I can draw that jar, and then I can Whir for the lock. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I don't Whir for the lock. I get the orb. So they're swinging for 2. So what I'm worried about here is Ancient Grudge, because they are playing green, and they're playing a lot of stuff from their graveyard. So they've got to have grudges in there, and I'm thinking that's probably their only out. So they go to Burning Inquiry in response. I'm thinking, what is their out? So it is Grudge. That's why I Whir for a Grafdigger's Cage. Yeah. They don't understand the concept that they do have to reveal all 3 from Burning Inquiry, but it's fine. And there's a Grudge on top. Now, fortunately, I do have a Welding Jar, so it doesn't matter what they target with that Grudge. And I have an Academy Ruins next, so it really doesn't matter. They have a Natural State, which is pretty good, but now I can draw the Ruins and use Lantern to make them shuffle their library. Draw a Bolt, doesn't matter. I'm going to Ruins my Jar back on top. And Ruins my Lantern back on top. And opponent concedes. And they leave the game instead of playing another game. Once they realize that, all right, my sideboard's pretty good against them. And their deck is kind of linear, I guess, in the sense that it really relies off of creature damage and graveyard interaction.